Elder Lu's previous spirit transformation pill? You rashly give it to your disciple to take. I didn't pursue it. But now you're so stubborn. Just put the cart before the horse. It will affect your future cultivation path. Brave, immediately back to my way. I go by myself. Ridiculous? You still want to protect your sister's apprentice for the rest of your life. Just based on your Jindan stage cultivation. What's the harm in the golden pill period? A mere nascent soul, 7? It's just that there is no spirit pill. I can still break through. Zhang Yangfeng sees this. No more cruel words. But I have to warn you. Even if you are invited to the Medicine King's mansion, there are 3 no-save rules. They may not necessarily come to the rescue. If not, you will be the enemy of the Valley of Death. Do not save those who are forced to save. Do not save those who cannot be saved. I've already prepared my heart for this. I just need the master to replace me. Leave an official quota for the Medicine King's mansion. Look at that stubborn back. Fang Hongwen also smiled helplessly. So many years have passed. I thought he was fading. I didn't expect him to just be edgy and introverted. He is still so confident in his bones. The octopus windsword takes the willow? No way. Immediately spread his anger on Fang Hongwen. What are you still doing here? You will be confused in the comprehensive competition. Luchuan at this time. After 7 days, finally, I saw myself again. Master, listen. Then don't find a reason. Luchuan knew in his heart. These 7 days, the Willow King must have gone to seek medical treatment for him again. Although I really want to tell the Blessed One now that he is not trash. But Master knows that I have been lying to him. That makes him more powerless than I am. Liu Muan saw that Luchuan did not speak again. Tapped him on the shoulder. I'm a little tired. Go to rest first, until Liu Muan's back gradually fades away. All the words were held in his heart. Master has worked hard. Finally, under the comfort of delicious food, there are fungus smiles. Student, your chef. He heard the master again. It's not just cooking that Shishi disciples improve. Also practice the cultivation base of the peak of the 5th floor. Immediately diffuse. Some fungus saw that Luchuan's cultivation had improved. He was even happier than his promotion to Yuanying Jin. Although the breath is a little yielded, but this cultivation base is indeed the pinnacle of the 5th level of Qi cultivation. That's right, Master. In fact, to tell you the truth, I have a hunch. My cultivation may continue to improve recently. Liu Muan was shocked. Can you have a hunch about this? It may be the pills I took before that worked. I feel like I am now. It's in a state of accumulation, able to quickly break through the existing realm. Willow reticulated Eve's frown slightly. Accumulate. The previous medicinal pills seemed to sink into the sea, go in and out at this time. Delayed effect. Or is Luchuan's physique special? Thinking of this, King Mu quickly pulled Luchuan. I have to go to Beikao Peak to find Feng Hongwen to check. But Luchuan, who used the Void Illusion Sutra to simulate his cultivation, immediately cowardly. The most he can do now is fool Jindan. If Elder Nascent Soul, it will be worn in minutes. Indispensable. The disciple is just guessing. If the situation is not true, isn't it a big oolong? Master and apprentice also want face. It was originally inspected by Zhongli. Now if there, I don't live anymore. The wooden but not smart brain thought about it. It seems so. You still have to check it when you hold it firmly. Well, I'll listen to you. But if there is anything wrong with the body, be sure to tell me as soon as possible. Okay, now, Master, let's eat first. He is recognized as a waste wood by the sect. But there is a master who loves him. Not hesitate to offend the suzerain. Travel thousands of miles to help him find medicine. Now, but there are little creepers who want to force their way into their happy nest. Just 10 years after Willow Wan left. The full moon sect also ushered in the Tianjiao sect of a large sect. The master octopus is sealed. This year's sect ceremony, it even took out, contains the magic spirit pearl that the ancestor sees and comprehends. Big first prize. Although he was also heartbroken. But Yu Linglong firmly believes his disciple Yanbing will definitely be able to seize the leader of this session. Senior brother Anil, with Linger's current comprehensive combat strength, even if you can't beat it, it won't be difficult in the later stage. At the same time, a disciple of the Ling School, I fell in love with Shaoju Peak where Luchuan is located. I want to browse. Ouch, this is a good thunder. The environment is quite quiet and chic. Duan Hai, who is responsible for taking them on a tour, he was also quite happy to explain. Elder Feng is a woman. It's not that old. Didn't wait for him to finish. Two Lenhei sect disciples couldn't wait to go up the mountain to visit. Duan Hai was so scared that he quickly pulled the two back. You don't know. This elder cleanser apprentice, it even hid a lot of forbidden arrays secretly because of this. If there's no host invitation to enter rashly, if you are not careful, you will fall into it and it is difficult to escape. I just entered rashly, became bald. Unlike the two who were scared into Hajami, Zhou Yu, who was on the side, was extremely excited to hear the words. Now that we're here, it's fate. Presumably, there will be no extremely vicious people in the Moon Collection sect. I can't participate in the sect competition. It is better to exchange the experience of the formation with this fellow Taoist. It's not a bad rule. Two people who were still afraid. Hearing this, he also became excited. Duan still can't see it. And we let them go. Then I'll only wait for you for 2 hours. If it doesn't come out. So I went to the elders. Little did they know that the moment they stepped into the mountain gate, it has become the guinea pig of Luchuan's new formation. As Beizi fell under the feet of the three, the ground collapses instantaneously, turned into a raging wave and swallowed them up. This is one of the 5 elements of Luchuan. The water array is worse than those two bad people. Zhou Yuxin peeked out at a glance that this was an illusion. Hand-long knife unsheathed, the flood was split in an instant. Little did he know that Luchuan added some ingredients to him separately. The splitting floodwaters come straight back. Just when the cursed day wants to attack again. Suddenly, a huge black shadow emerged from the water. Surround him. Its owner is actually a blue scale water. Duan Hai listened to the screams at the foot of the mountain at this time. I can't help but think of myself at that time. Like them. Same thing. Until he saw Huo Dao holding a log. Crying for brother Duan. One step later, I'm sorry for you. If I had known earlier, it would have led to such a bad result. I should never have dragged you into this. Brother Duanhai knows he can't wait any longer. Wait a little longer. These disciples of the later school. He can't tell the difference between reality and illusion. Go crazy. This is Tan Jianfeng's disciple, Duan. The trapped person is Bai Ziai, a cultivator of the Line He sect. I accidentally broke into the center while visiting. They meant no harm. Wan Gao Yao Haihan. Don't be familiar with them. I implore you to lift the formation. Let them go. Only this time. This is not an example. On Shaozhu Peak, Luchuan saw a white tree suddenly light up. The master is finally coming back. At the same time, the river not far from Blue Moon Sect is sparkling. Two figures stood on the canoe. A pink coat with a bamboo hat, and the other one was delighted to understand. He clearly has a master that everyone envies. The cultivation base has always been practiced at 4 levels. The master was scolded by the sect master. No matter where you go, you will be killed with laughter. Now the sect gift. Luchuan has refined the Void Illusion Sutra to simulate gas refining. The cultivation base of the 8th floor, although the strength still cannot be exposed too much, but it's also enough to get a good ranking. Repay Master for his hard work over the years. Then he didn't realize it. He looked at the Link sect disciple on the side. This person gave him a very strange feeling. The breath is chaotic. It's like practicing a magic technique. I only hope that the bosses who close the door can detect the weirdness of this person. Don't break his good life with Master. At the same time, more exquisite than the formation on the stage, let the Link sect disciples who were concealed by Luchuan burst out loud. Is he the one from Xiaozhifeng? Unequal. Luchuan almost broke the defense, just because he is the dark history of the entire sect. He often drags down his master. As expected, soon someone answered the words of the Link sect disciple. Lu Shuji, who did not know Luchuan's identity, put his arm around his shoulder. Squirt shit in his face. Let him get out of the sect. However, the surrounding people did not laugh at Luchuan together. Let him say less. Just because they all heard it, Lu Shuji is jealous that Luchuan has a good master. But he still did not choose to converge. I still want to continue trolling Luchuan with a black face. It seems that Luchuan's name was read on stage in time. That's what saved him a fat beating. But when everyone saw Luchuan go down, without exception, full of surprise, it seems that he has cultivated and dares to participate in the big gift. Li Chang even persuaded him to surrender directly, to avoid injury. Luchuan knew that Li Chang didn't mean to mock him. Immediately, the cultivation base of the 8th layer of Qi refining exploded. Whether it is the pride on the stage or the elders, they were all amazed. Just because Luchuan was still on the 4th floor of gas refining a month ago? A little bit of a breakthrough recently. You can learn a thing or two from fellow Taoists. Seeing this, Li Chang no longer restrains his fighting intent. The cultivation base of Qi began to disperse. That being the case, it's better to be respectful than to obey. It is also the cultivation base of the 8th layer of Qi cultivation, but unlike Luchuan, Miles is a weapon cultivator. He knew very well that in the face of Luchuan's extremely lethal overhaul, You can only win if you distance yourself. Hope. A violent storm soon swept the whole road. And under mileage control, countless ice crystals poured towards Luchuan. However, his attack seemed incomparably slow in Luchuan's eyes. It's just an arrow bone changing courage and switching positions. But just as Li Chang landed, palm slap, the ground ice is rapidly condensing until it spreads to the foot of Luchuan. Control him. This was Li Chang's ultimate means to deal with Luchuan. Frost Sword. As early as the moment Luchuan exposed his cultivation base, he has already figured out a way to deal with it. Fight head-on with a swordsman of the same realm. Once promoted, must lose. Only by doing your best. One hit to end the battle. He did not know Luchuan's true strength. Winning can only exist in fantasy. Just the blink of an eye. Sword marks spread out on the frost sword. With a bang, it shattered into ice crumbs above Luchuan's head.